With the Democrats' razor-thin Senate majority hanging in the balance, the 2024 Senate elections are shaping up to be one of the most thrilling political showdowns in recent memory. Buckle up as we dive deep into the electoral battlegrounds, starting with the states that are rock solid for each party. Next, we'll navigate through the likely contenders, and finally, we'll zoom in on the fiercely contested battleground states that could tip the scales of power. The stakes couldn't be higher. Out of the 34 Senate seats up for grabs, the Republicans hold a strategic edge, defending only 11 seats compared to the Democrats' daunting 23. Adding to the drama, 8 of these blue seats are in some of the most politically competitive states in the nation. As we embark on this electoral journey, get ready for a roller coaster of predictions, key races, and potential upsets. Who will emerge victorious and shape the Senate's future? Let's dive in and explore the high-stakes landscape of the 2024 Senate elections. Heading south, we reach the golden state of California, a political heavyweight that hasn't elected a Republican senator since Pete Wilson in the 1980s. The upcoming election promises to uphold this trend, with Democratic powerhouse Adam Schiff squaring off against former LA Dodger Steve Garvey. Schiff, known for his formidable presence and robust campaigning, is expected to secure a decisive victory, further entrenching California's status as a Democratic stronghold. Now, let's journey across the Pacific to the tropical paradise of Hawaii. Here, Senator Mazie Hirono is seeking her third term, riding high on her impressive track record. In her last election in 2018, Hirono achieved a stunning victory with over 71% of the vote, the largest margin of victory in that cycle. Her strong advocacy and deep connection with the Hawaiian electorate make her a formidable candidate, ensuring Hawaii remains a safe haven for Democrats. Right along the picturesque Pacific Ocean lies the state of Washington, a steadfast Democratic stronghold. Maria Cantwell is poised to secure her 5th term in office, further solidifying Washington's blue legacy. Back in 2018, Cantwell dominated with a commanding 58% of the vote, leaving Republicans with little to no hope of turning this state even slightly red. As she gears up for another victory, Washington remains a beacon of Democratic strength on the West Coast. Virginia is gearing up for an exciting race where the well-liked Democrat Tim Kaine is running for his 3rd term. Kaine is no stranger to victory, having clinched his last win in 2018 with a commanding 57% of the vote, leaving his Republican opponent trailing by over 15 points. With such a strong track record, the chances of a Republican flip seem slim, making this race one to watch, but with a clear favorite. In Delaware, the political landscape is also buzzing with anticipation. Although veteran Senator Tom Carper is stepping down, the Democrats are poised to maintain their grip on this solidly blue state. Lisa Blunt Rochester is emerging as the frontrunner, and with no formidable Republican challenger in sight, her path to victory looks promising. Delaware's political drama might lack suspense, but it underscores the Democrats' stronghold in the region. Let's turn our attention to Minnesota, where the seasoned Democrat Amy Klobuchar is seeking her 4th term. Klobuchar's political prowess is undeniable, having secured a staggering over 20-point margin of victory in 2018. While Minnesota often sees tighter races in presidential elections, Klobuchar's impressive track record and strong support make a Republican upset highly unlikely in this Senate race. Next, we head to New Mexico, where Martin Heinrich is aiming for his 3rd term. In 2018, Heinrich triumphed in a 3-way race, capturing 54% of the vote and outpacing his Republican challenger by a substantial 20 points. Coupled with Biden's 10-point win over Trump in New Mexico, the state stands firm as a dependable blue stronghold, setting the stage for Heinrich's continued success. Next, let's turn our spotlight to New Jersey, a steadfast Democratic stronghold. Even with current Senator Bob Menendez stepping down amidst corruption charges, the Democrats are poised to hold their ground. Representative Andy Kim is emerging as the front runner, ready to step into Menendez's shoes. With New Jersey's long-standing blue tradition, the state is expected to remain firmly in the Democratic camp. As we journey further north to the picturesque New England states, the Democratic dominance continues unabated. In the Empire State of New York, Kirsten Gillibrand is gearing up for her third term. Known for her powerful presence, Gillibrand secured a landslide victory in 2018 and is on track to repeat her success. Meanwhile, in the serene landscapes of Vermont, the indomitable Bernie Sanders is running for another term. At 82, Sanders shows no signs of slowing down, and with his deep-rooted support and alignment with the Democrats, Vermont is expected to stay solidly blue. Next up is Massachusetts, where the dynamic Senator Elizabeth Warren is seeking her third term. Warren, a formidable force in politics, secured a commanding 60% of the vote in 2018. Given Massachusetts' strong blue trend and Warren's impressive track record, it's safe to say this state will remain firmly Democratic. Moving on to the scenic shores of Rhode Island, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse is also vying for re-election. Known for his strong advocacy and consistent leadership, Whitehouse is expected to maintain his solid blue support base. Similarly, in Connecticut, Senator Chris Murphy is seeking another term. With his robust performance in previous elections, Murphy is poised to continue representing the state with a clear Democratic mandate. Turning our attention to the picturesque state of Maine, we find the independent yet Democrat caucusing Senator Angus King. Much like Bernie Sanders, King's unique appeal transcends party lines. In 2018, he triumphed in a three-way race with an impressive 54% of the vote, cementing his position as a beloved figure in Maine politics. With King's popularity and solid backing, Maine is expected to remain a dependable ally for the Democrats. Adding up these safe states, the Democrats kick off the race with a promising lead, holding 42 seats compared to the Republicans' 38. Let's now look at the states expected to be solidly Republican. In Wyoming, Senator John Barrasso is anticipated to secure his seat once again, continuing the state's unwavering Republican tradition. Over in Nebraska, Senator Deb Fischer is also expected to hold her ground, with the special election for Pete Ricketts' seat likely to follow suit, maintaining the state's strong red trend. We turn to Utah, where the political landscape is set for change. Mitt Romney isn't running for re-election, largely due to the intense primary competition stemming from his votes to impeach Trump twice. Despite Romney's departure, Utah's long history of Republican dominance, having not elected a Democrat to the Senate since 1977, positions John Curtis as the clear favorite to win easily. In North Dakota, Senator Kevin Cramer is gearing up for his second term after flipping his seat from blue to red in 2018. With Cramer's solid support, his re-election seems all but assured. Similarly, in Missouri, Senator Josh Hawley, known for his bold political stance, is also eyeing a second term and is expected to maintain his seat comfortably. Heading down south to Mississippi, Senator Roger Wicker is seeking a third term. Wicker's seasoned experience and strong Republican base make his re-election highly likely. In Tennessee, Senator Marsha Blackburn, a formidable force in her own right, is set for a second term, with the state's strong conservative leanings bolstering her position. Over in Indiana, the stage is set for Jim Banks to step up as Senator Mike Braun runs for governor. Given Indiana's deep red roots, Banks is heavily favored to win and continue the Republican legacy in the Hoosier state. Let's turn our attention to West Virginia, a state poised for a significant political shift. With Democrat Joe Manchin stepping down and not seeking re-election, the door swings wide open for the Republicans to make a decisive gain. Given West Virginia's deep red tendencies in recent years, it's set to become a solid Republican stronghold. With these solid Republican states in the bag, the GOP takes a commanding lead, holding 48 seats compared to the Democrats' 42. Moving on to the more likely states, which don't favor either party as strongly as the safe states, but still show a preference. Texas and Florida are the two likely Republican states. Ted Cruz in Texas is running for a third term and leads his Democratic challenger Colin Allred by double digits in polls, a change from his narrow win in 2018. Florida's Rick Scott, running for re-election, is also expected to win by a comfortable margin, supported by the state's shift from a swing state to a Republican stronghold. Now let's turn our attention to Maryland, which presents a unique situation. Despite being a reliable blue state, Democrat Ben Cardin's retirement opens the field. Popular Republican Larry Hogan, with his near 80% approval rating when he left office, is running, making this state more competitive than usual. Nevertheless, Maryland is still likely to remain blue. With the likely states accounted for, the Republicans now sit at 50 seats, just one away from a majority. The last 7 states are some of the closest and most unpredictable, making them the battlegrounds of this election. Kicking off our battleground states is the high-stakes race in Montana, where 3-term incumbent Democrat John Tester is vying for a 4th term. Despite Tester's well-established popularity and track record, Montana's deep Republican roots make this a fierce contest. Trump's overwhelming win in Montana by over 15 points in the last presidential election sets the stage for a challenging race. Enter Tim Sheehy, a retired Navy SEAL, who is making waves as the Republican challenger. With a powerful endorsement from Trump and growing recognition and support, Sheehy is positioned as a formidable opponent. The polls are tight, reflecting Montana's strong GOP tendencies. As a result, we're placing Montana as a tilt Republican state, indicating a slight but significant edge towards the GOP. In Arizona, the Senate race has taken a dramatic and unexpected turn. Incumbent Senator Kyrsten Sinema shocked many by switching from Democrat to Independent, and then announcing she wouldn't seek re-election. This surprise move has set the stage for an electrifying head-to-head contest between Democrat Ruben Gallego and Republican Kari Lake. Gallego, a rising star with a strong following, is currently leading in the polls with an average 4.1% advantage over Lake. Despite Trump's narrow 2.3% lead over Biden in Arizona, Gallego's momentum is giving Democrats hope in this key battleground state. Given the current dynamics, Arizona is leaning slightly Democratic, making it a tilt Democratic state. Next, we turn our attention to Nevada, where the political stakes are sky high. First-term Democratic incumbent Jackie Rosen is gearing up for re-election, having previously bested Republican Dean Heller by a solid 5 points in 2018. Rosen's campaign is showing impressive strength, with current polls indicating she holds double-digit leads over major Republican contenders Jeff Gunter and Sam Brown. But don't be fooled by the numbers just yet. Nevada's political landscape is anything but predictable. Trump's robust performance in the state, where he leads Biden by a notable 6.9%, injects a dose of uncertainty into the race. This suggests that the battle for Nevada could tighten as Election Day approaches. With these dynamics in play, we're placing Nevada as a tilt Democratic state, giving Rosen a slight but significant edge. Now, let's shift our focus to the Great Lakes region, where some of the most thrilling and tightly contested races are unfolding. In Wisconsin, two-term Democratic incumbent Tammy Baldwin is in the fight of her political career as she seeks re-election. Baldwin, who secured a decisive victory in 2018 with over a 10-point margin, now faces a formidable challenge from Eric Hovde, a Republican candidate with Trump's powerful endorsement. The stakes are incredibly high, and the competition is fierce. Despite Hovde's strong backing, recent polls show Baldwin maintaining a healthy lead. Her resilience and widespread support make Wisconsin a battleground to watch closely. Given the current dynamics, we're categorizing Wisconsin as a lean Democratic state, indicating Baldwin's favorable position. Incumbent Democrat Sherrod Brown is seeking a fourth term, and he's no stranger to securing crossover votes from Republicans. However, the political landscape in Ohio is anything but simple. Trump's commanding 10.2% lead over Biden in the state adds a layer of complexity to Brown's campaign. Enter Bernie Moreno, Brown's main challenger, who has the powerful endorsement of Trump propelling his bid. This endorsement significantly boosts Moreno's profile and intensifies the competition. The clash between Brown's seasoned political savvy and Moreno's Trump-backed momentum makes this race incredibly compelling. Given the current dynamics and Trump's influence, we're placing Ohio as a tilt Republican state. In Michigan, Senator Debbie Stabenow's retirement opens up a hotly contested seat. Democrat Alyssa Slotkin faces off against Republican Mike Rogers, with current polling showing Slotkin leading by 3%. However, Trump's 3.3% lead over Biden in Michigan adds uncertainty to the race. Given the close numbers, Michigan is a lean Democratic state. Finally, we turn to Pennsylvania, where incumbent Democrat Bob Casey Jr. is seeking re-election. Known for his comfortable victories in the past, Casey now faces a tighter race against Republican Dave McCormick. Despite the heightened competition, Casey holds a 5.6% lead in recent polls. Adding to the intrigue, Trump's narrow lead over Biden in Pennsylvania creates an unpredictable backdrop for this race. Given these dynamics, we categorize Pennsylvania as a lean Democratic state. Summarizing these battleground states, the final projected outcome for the Senate stands at 52 Republican seats compared to 48 Democrat seats, giving the Republicans a majority. This projection holds regardless of the presidential election results, which adds an intriguing layer to the overall political landscape. So, what do you think will happen? Who will win the 2024 Senate? We want to hear from you. Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis as the Senate races in 2024 unfold. Thanks for watching.